Test question 7, compound angle formula. Question 9. This is a practice test for you. Therefore, just copy the question, solve it, and then look into my solutions. Okay. The question number 9 is evaluate sine pi by 8. Now my solution is something like this. Well, we don't know what pi by 8 is, but we know what pi by 4 is, correct? Since we know what pi by 4 is, now pi by 4 actually is 2 times pi by 8, right? Is 2 times pi by 8. So that gives us a hint that we can use a double angle formula and get our result, correct? So now we need sine pi by 8. Sine 2 pi, sine 2x will be 2 sine x cos x. That doesn't help. Here, the formula which really helps us is the double angle formula for cosine. So what is cos 2x? Cos 2x is equals to 1 minus 2 sine square x. So there is huge advantage with this formula of cos 2x. It could be written in cos and also in sine x, right? If you write it in cos x, it is 2 cos square x minus 1. And in sine x, it is this, 1 minus 2 sine square x. So we can take the help of this formula to solve our question. Do you see that? So we will do that. So what we will do here now is, we'll just write what is cos of 2 times pi over 4. Do you see that? 2 times pi over 4. So that is 1 minus 2 times sine square of just x, which is pi over 4. Do you understand? Which is not pi over 4, which is pi over 8. So this is not pi over 2 times pi over 8, right? So pi over 4 is actually 2 times pi over 8. So we'll do what is cos of 2 times pi over 8, right? Which is 1 minus 2 sine square pi over 8. Do you understand? So that is how we do. And what is 2 times pi over 8? That is cos of pi over 4 is equals to 1 minus 2 sine square pi over 8, right? Now from our special triangles, which is 1, 1 and square root 2, we know what is cos pi by 4, right? So cos pi by 4 is 1 over square root 2 for us. So 1 over square root 2 equals to 1 minus 2 sine square pi by 8, correct? So from here we can rearrange and find the value of sine pi by 8, correct? So we'll bring sine square pi by 8 on this side, so we get 2 sine square pi by 8 equals to, and we'll take this on the other side, 1 minus 1 over square root 2, correct? So we have sine square pi by 8 equals to, let's take common denominator, which is square root 2 minus 1 over square root 2, correct? So this 2 will divide both sides with, so we get 2 here. So that is sine square pi by 8, right? And now, what is sine pi by 8? From here we can write sine pi by 8 is actually equals to square root of all this, which is square root 2 minus 1 divided by 2 square root 2. Do you see that? So that is sine pi by 8. Now, when we square root, we take both sides, plus and minus. Now, we know pi by 8 is in quadrant 1, correct? Pi by 8 will be in quadrant 1. So this pi is divided to 8 portions, and we're talking about something here. So in quadrant 1, it is positive. Therefore, we are only going to take the positive root, right? And that's how we get our answer. Sine pi by 8 equals to square root of square root 2 minus 1 divided by 2 square root 2, correct? So the trick here is this. So we start with this versus pi by 4 is 2 times pi by 8, and then take cos both sides, right? You understand? So what we are doing is we are saying cos pi by 4 equals to cos of 2 times pi by 8, correct? So that x, double angle formula, x for you here is pi by 8, do you understand? And this 2x is pi by 4. So that's how we get this formula. And then rearranging, we get a solution. So that is the kind of strategy we'll adopt to find angles which are kind of half of the known standard angles, correct? So it's a very helpful and useful formula. You can try doing problems like what is sine of pi by 12, right? Or tan of pi by 12. So these are half of pi by 6, correct? So those formulas can be used here also, correct? Well, pi by 12 sine and cosine, you could also use your addition and subtraction formulas, the compound angle formulas, correct? That's another story, but you could use this also at times, right? So you could use compound angle formulas also. For example, you can write this as sine of 4 pi minus 3 pi by 12, correct? And use it. So as an added exercise, so that's a problem for you. So additional problem which you should try for practice is find sine pi by 12 using compound angle formula and double angle formula and verify your results. Do you get exactly the same thing or not? Okay, thank you.